to a man and spent about 15 years with him. At that point, all through that, I had been kind of understanding that I was kind of attracted to women, but not pursuing it. And after a while, and my husband was aware of that as well, but after a while, it just became something that I couldn't ignore anymore. So we decided to have an amicable break, and we got a divorce. And then I met the love of my life at that point, which is my current wife, Marian. We've been together 20 years. We've been married about 4 years now since it became legal.
But I just
So that's where we're at.
I couldn't function. It was just so devastating to me. One day I went back to my mother and I said, Mom, why is it that you're treating me worse than a murderer? I mean, literally, if I would have murdered somebody, you'd probably visit me in prison. You know, what's up? And so this made all the difference. So if you're listening to this, you're going through it, or you're going to go through it, or you know somebody going through it, this is real life here, okay? She told me that it was her responsibility to make sure I made it into heaven. And that even if I hated her in this lifetime, at least I'd make it to heaven, and the next lifetime we'd be together.
I went back a second time, like 6-8 months later, and told him that I really wanted to come out because I was being torn. There's different feelings about my sexuality and who I wanted to be with, and things weren't working out for other reasons in my marriage. Came back from the trip, and at the time, our marriage was on the rocks anyway. So at the time, we shared one car, and I went to work, and my ex-wife picked me up, and I got in the car, and she asked me if I was gay, and I said yes. So when I did say yes, it felt like a 1,000-pound weight had fallen off my back. Decided to get a divorce. She asked me if I hid behind the marriage. Yep, and I want to say no. I truly did love the ex-wife and had children with her. It's just when things started going south on her end, that's when I started opening up that door and realizing that, you know, I wanted to have this more than that. So, but I also knew in the back of my mind that I had to be a true father to my children, and I was going to stay in the marriage no matter what and raise a family with a husband and a wife as two instead of being separate. So
I don't think I could really say I have a coming out story because I really didn't do it. I just decided to be who I was and try to be more authentic, my authentic self. And I still have to work on it sometimes, you know, because, you know, and that's what it's all about for me, right? That's why I have the sign up there. I made a pledge to myself, I guess, to be authentic, you know, as I was going through the process of getting sober and staying sober. I made a pledge to myself to be more authentic in the things that I did and the things that I said and the people who I hung around with, and you know, and realizing who I was and coming out was part of being authentic, you know. You guys would not believe how different my life is because, you know, just being authentic and finding the person that matches me or that I'm supposed to be with, you know.
And actually, last week was our 13-year anniversary. So we've been together for 13 years now. And they've all been exciting, and she still tries to get me to turn red. But anyway, so I've had I'm just grateful that I was able to find someone that, the way that my wife says it, the way Lindsay says it, is that she kicked me out of the closet, because there's no way that I could be around her and not be seen as gay. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. People have to come out when it's okay for them to come out, when they're ready to come out. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't be pressured to come out, because it could be dangerous for them. It could be something that they shouldn't do. I would just say that they need to do what feels the best for them and the safest for them. And just to know that there's people out there that will love you no matter what. Another thing that I could tell someone that is having a hard time with this is maybe to think about also, you know, it would be hard to lose your family over this. It's really sad. It's a really sad thing that happens. But that doesn't mean that everything's over. There's friends, you have friends, there's people that become your family in this community because we all understand what we go through and we all have our stories. And so to just remember that that won't be it for you. You can have so much more. You can make your own family. You can make whatever family you want if you need to. Yeah, and I would just try to give them support and listen because I think that's what a lot of people need right now, especially right now. Just to let them know that people love them and that they matter and their story matters too.